Hey there, it's Julie Tam, managing broker of LYN Realty in Houston, and I am all the way down here at the bottom of this gigantic, like 20-foot ladder, I think it is. So I'm standing in the garage of our new home under construction, and this is our special series, Building My Dream Home, weekly on Wednesdays as part of Smarter Real Estate. And is this ladder enormous or what? I told Saqib he needs to buy one because up on the ceiling, way up there at about 20 feet or so, is where we're going to have the lights in the garage. They're going to be LED, so hopefully they won't burn out too often. But, someone's going to change the light bulb, and it's certainly not going to be me. All right, let me take you through the house today. We're talking about plumbing today. That doesn't sound super exciting when I say the word plumbing. But trust me, this is really important stuff. If you are remodeling, buying a new home, building a new home, doing repairs, you need to think about plumbing because it's obviously important. That's where our water comes from. Here's a normal size ladder. Okay, so I'm going to take you through a few key areas of the house. Not going to show you every single thing that has to do with plumbing. As you can see, you've got random white pipes everywhere. The purple stuff is part of the sealing process as the pipes are joined together. And so first I'm actually going to take you outside. As you can see right now, the stage of our home, they've actually done the stucco in a lot of places and started painting it white. There's a lot of scaffolding up, and so what they don't want to do is do like all the stucco around the whole house, and they have to move the scaffolding around and then do all the paint around the whole house and move the scaffolding around. So they're just doing full stucco, full paint on one side of the house at a time, so they don't have to move the scaffolding around so much. Here is an example of plumbing. So you're going to see here, this is where there's going to be an outdoor sink here at our outdoor patio. And here's where the drain is. And you've got the hot and cold water lines. So we've got red and white. It doesn't always come in those exact colors. It just depends on what the plumber buys. And that's really important that the lines are in the correct place. Believe it or not, there are some homes that have been built that I've actually encountered where they've switched the lines. So you turn the cold water on and then it turns hot and it burns you. So that's obviously not good. Here in the kitchen, there are some important plumbing that people often overlook and forget. You cannot just trust that people will remember to install everything. So you as the homeowner need to do the due diligence to check these things. So obviously we've got hot, cold for the sink. That's pretty easy to remember, right? You're not going to forget you have a sink in the kitchen probably. But what you might forget is that the dishwasher also needs a hot water line. And then if your fridge has a water dispenser, which in our case it does, you need plumbing for that too. Same for the wet bar. If you're going to have a sink in there, which obviously you would because that's why it's called a wet bar. If you have a wet bar, you got a sink. Same thing is you've got to have the proper plumbing for that. Now I'm going to take you upstairs and it gets a little more interesting when we're talking about the bathroom, specifically the tubs and showers. And also, of course, your toilets. You need to have the right plumbing in place for that. As I go up the stairs, I'm going to tell you it was amazing. I was talking to a friend, and when I told her that I was coming to our house, my husband and I were each coming to our home, either together or separately, depending on our schedules, to check everything. And she was like, "What are you checking? Are you checking to make sure the workers are doing their jobs and not, slacking on the job?" And I said, "No, I don't need to check that. The supervisor of construction makes sure that is happening. I need to check to make sure everything is according to our floor plan, that everything is in the right place." So for example, here are the sinks, his in our case and hers on the other side. We need to make sure the plumbing is exactly where the sink is intended to be. Because what if this plumbing was like over here and that's not where our sink is supposed to be? Well, obviously that wouldn't be cool because then Saqib's at the sink, right next to the doorway. He needs to be at the sink more centered and then have counter space on either side of him. So bathtub, same thing. This is centered right here on this window. Here's where the drain is. And you've got the hot and cold water lines right there. Same thing for my side. The sink is supposed to be here. I've got more counter space here for the knee space at the vanity. And so I need to make sure this is in the correct place. All right, so a quick stop here at the toilet. You can see right there is where the toilet's going to sit, this white plumbing pipe thing, okay? We're also gonna have a bidet toilet, and so there's gonna be water coming in through that. But really any toilet, obviously you need water to feed into the toilet. Okay, here's where it gets a little more complex. So this is the primary shower, and I'm sweating. So I really wish there was water so I could just turn the shower on and cool off because it's so hot out here or in here. Okay, so this is a rather large shower, but it's not huge. In a previous video, I told you that they had made it a little too small. They had the dimensions off, and so they have fixed that. We've checked that. Here is the shower seat, the bench here. It's going to be all tiled. Now, when you are taking a shower and the flooring is all tiled, and then the drain is right in the middle, either right here or like right here, for me, it's been a little slightly annoying. It's a small annoyance in our current home where the drain is right there in the middle. It makes sense to tile it where the tile is sloping toward the drain, so that way the water flows right down into the drain and it's right in the middle. But then as you're stepping on the tile and all of a sudden you step on the drain, it feels different. So just that slight difference in feeling under your feet is just kind of diminishes the enjoyment of your shower just a little bit. So if you have the opportunity to pick where your drain goes and the cost is not going to be any different, why wouldn't you? So we're going to actually have the drain to put here. Right now they put it here, but they are going to fix it and move it to right here where it's under the shower head, the main fixed shower head. And really, we're not going to be standing here to take a shower. We're going to be standing more in the center of the shower. Sorry, I've got sawdust that I'm breathing in. So, all right, the other thing is these valves. So you've got two controls here because we've got the fixed shower head and we've also got a handheld shower head on this other wall. So actually two people could shower in here at once, and a pretty gold standard for luxury homes is to have two shower heads in the primary shower. These valves, however, are not exactly level. My husband measured them, and this one is a little bit lower than this one, and so they're going to have to adjust that. The other thing is the height of this, which is where your shower head is going to go. That's where the actual shower head is going to go into the wall. Now notice my height here, okay? The shower head is going to hang down just a little bit. We're going to have one of those adjustable shower heads, so I need to be able to reach it. So this way I can. The reason it's at this height is because we came in here and told the plumber exactly the height to put it, which is my height. Over here, it's actually really low, but that's not because the shower head's going to be here. This is a handheld. So the valve goes here, and then there's going to be a bar, and actually the handheld shower head, the head itself is going to be somewhere in this area, so we can actually pull it off and use it, or just leave it there and it can work just like a fixed shower head. All right, I am just sweating buckets right now. We're going to walk to another bathroom in the house while I continue to talk about that just a little bit. So yes, it's important to think about your height and how that affects where you want the placement of your shower heads. If it's not an adjustable one, it just sits there and you can't do anything with it, then it doesn't matter if it's high. In our current home, that's the case. We have a shower head that's up high, but we don't need to touch it, so that's fine. All right, so this is a secondary bathroom. It's actually going to be the kids' bath, Shay's bath. You've got two sinks, boom, boom. A doorway goes right into the area where there's a toilet and a tub shower. Now here is a key thing to think about here. Because the toilet is going to be here and the tub is going to be here, if you have the faucet head and the shower head on this side, think about the inconvenience of having to squeeze between the tub and the toilet. I'm sure some of you guys have this going on at your home right now or your previous home, and it's just not comfortable, right? And as a parent, you need to help your child get the bath drawn and turn the water on, set things up. And you're going to be like squatting down and trying to fit between the tub and the toilet without like crashing into either one just to get the faucet on. Why not just put it on the other wall? So that's exactly what we did. I said, we are putting the shower head over here, the tub faucet over here. So great. I come right in, boom, there is nothing in my way. I can get down and turn the faucet on and everything works just perfectly. All right, let's do a final walk actually over to the laundry room, and I'm going to kind of tell you a few things on the way there. I hope you found this video helpful and interesting, and that you will like and subscribe so you don't miss an episode. And do that on Facebook and YouTube because I do post videos in both places as well as LinkedIn. And I take you on my real estate adventures and also arm you with practical strategies like I'm doing today to be a smarter buyer, seller, tenant, or landlord. And so we'll finish off in the laundry room where you do see the clue that this is where the washer will go is you've got the hot, cold lines for the water and the drain right down there. And of course, the dryer is going to go right next to it. You've got this extra faucet here, which is not really going to be there. Do you know what that's for, Sakib? I didn't even think about that. There's going to be a clean out somewhere, in the house, but I'm not really sure if that's what that's for. So yes, and over here we've got a sink as well. And so you've got the hot, cold water lines and also the drain for the water to go down through the sink. All right, so hopefully you guys enjoyed that. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you have a great week, and I'll see you next time.